Hello, everybody. This is Tammy with Elevated Living Today. Thank you for joining me. And today I am going to be talking about love. Since we are approaching a day that represents love, Valentine's Day, um, I am going to actually talk about a love in particular, which is self love. Um, there is a lot of positive energy that's going to be going around on February the 14th on Valentine's Day. And I love to tap into that positive energy. However, there are some people that are not going to be so happy about Valentine's Day because they don't per se have or not in a relationship, a love relationship. So I want to talk about self-love, and because the main relationship that we are in, whether we admit to it, recognize it, is the relationship with one's own self. So I do want to discuss self-love, and as always, so that I can stay on point, I do have my laptop and I will glimpse down every now and then to make sure that I'm on track, and also to make sure I cover the points that I have written down or typed in. So you will see me glimpse down at my laptop so that I can keep up. Anyways, I hope everything is going well for you and yours. And because this type of video could probably take long, I'm going to just go ahead and get right into it, okay? So I am going to start. Now, the one thing that I thought about is self-love. And one of the reasons I want to talk about self-love is because I, last year, being single for Valentine's Day, I wanted to do something different because I had kind of started like this new journey for like the past 2 years. It's just like some shifting has occurred in my life, and I kind of understand in day by day what it's all about. So last year, instead of just sitting a day, letting it just drift by without participating in all of that positive energy that's being exercised on Valentine's Day, I decided to go ahead and book reservations for an event that was going on to at a restaurant locally, or well, that's not far from here. It's not really too local, but it's not too far from where I am. It's a good little distance, but not far. So, anyways, the place that I went to, I booked reservations to, well, anyways, I get to that later on. I want to start here. But anyways, instead of just letting all of that just drift by, I decided to participate and to actually participate with myself. But anyway, self-love. I want to get into self-love. Self-love. In order to really exercise self-love, one of the things I questioned, because there was a time when I really did not love myself to the fullest, especially today. There was a time that, when you grow up with peers and your siblings that want to be so funny and they make fun of you and thinks it's all fun and jokes, and some people actually take that to heart. But anyways, you grow over time, you mature, and you go through these changes and you grow up. So over the course of years, I have actually embraced and love every inch of me, everything about me, total acceptance. And I'm sure there's even more and more to accept, because the society and mainstream media tend to try to set these standards on what is acceptable and what is the norm, for being able to love yourself, accept yourself, and be satisfied with what you see in your life and around you. So here I'm going to go further into it. And over the course of years, there was a once upon a time when I didn't. But today, I love myself so much. To some people say, ooh, she thinks she all of that. And to a certain degree, they are absolutely correct. There is no denying it. Because when I didn't love myself and I had all of those negative thoughts, no one said, you know what? Love yourself. God said you're the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. No one came over and say, just give you. But now that I absolutely love myself, everyone is not happy with that, and everyone is not satisfied with that. But I don't care. I could care less. I really can't. I could care less. I am just so in love with myself these days. And it feels great. That is my number one relationship. That is my main love relationship. Self-love. The more I get in tune with the spirit and get more in alignment and connection with the Most High, the more I love and embrace myself, because the more I see that He just totally accepts everything about me. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and get going with what I want to cover. So here, going on in here, knowing what self-love is. We know that one's own self is the self. Now, love. We know that love is a way to show a type of affection, to actually put in motion how one cares and feel about someone or themselves. Because if there is love, you just can't just, oh, I love you. Oh, I'm so in love with you. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. But then, where are the works? Show me your love. Where is the love? So that is the thing. With self-love is a beautiful thing. I'm going to carry on because I get wrapped up when I think about it. It can also be thought about as self-respect, because if someone respects you, there is a certain level of love for you. And more than likely, usually 100% of the time, if someone respects you, it's because they totally love themselves. And they respect you because they love themselves. Like the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. When you love yourself, you love other people. What you're full of, you're full of the love that you're pouring into yourself. It overflows into those around you. It overflows into the world. It overflows to your husband or your children, everyone that's around you. So, moving right along, self-love. Self-love is actually honoring. I want to read this because I thought about, this is something that came to me when I thought about what self-love is, and this is my definition of what I think, or what I have learned self-love is to me. You can get your definition of it, but I know when I was searching for answers, being a young woman, I was searching for answers and wanted to know how to love myself more. Because people will be like, they'll tell you things that you need to do, or they'll preach about, things you need to do, and how you're so wrong, but they won't actually coach you through the things that and tell you how to do them right and what to do. So hopefully those are some of the things that I can achieve from you all viewing the videos here at Elevated Living Today. Okay, so let me go ahead and see, can I locate this definition that I have, or that I here. Okay. Okay, here it is. Self-love is honoring the true essence of your soul, which is your true self. Self-love is honoring the the true essence of your soul, which is your true self. Now, a lot of times, especially when you're young, when we're so young, we're babies. We come here always, and I hope this doesn't offend anyone, but we come into this world as little babies, butt naked. We have nothing but skin and air, surrounding us. And that is because the Most High has equipped us with everything. There's so much abundance around us. There's so much abundance in us. He knows that he equipped she, because now with my higher understanding, I know, and I know that some of you know, that we just can't say he. But he or she, however you put it, the universe knew what we needed and gave us all of the abundance that we needed. So we came here without any clothing. Why? Because the Most High knew He equipped us with everything. Whether we came when we were born, we didn't have any shelter. Because the Most High knows everything will be provided. So there's no worrying. Anyways, moving right along. So I kind of want to tap into some examples of what self-love is. And I really don't want to read per se word from word of everything that I have here. Kind of want it to really come from the heart, which this did come from the heart, but it kind of stagnates the video when you're reading from here, I noticed. But one of the things I can say is an example of self-love. When there are associates, friends, or family that you keep company with on a regular basis, and let's just say you all are together someplace and you're deciding, oh, okay, we're going to go and have lunch such and such a place. And okay, everyone decides, okay, we're going to go to A restaurant. But you really favor B restaurant, and they know you really like B restaurant. So it's been 5 times that you all have been out and they've gone to A restaurant. And they know that just one time, can you just honor what I want to do as a friend or someone who just actually is a part of the group? Let's go to B restaurant. And they're like, no, we all voted for A. Let's go to A. You the only oddball. They're really not honoring. They're not honoring the essence of who you are. True friends, people who really love you, will say, okay, you know what? Let's go with our girl to her restaurant. We're gonna make you happy this time. We're gonna go with you because you're always going with us to where we want to go. And this time we're gonna make a sacrifice and honor your request. We're going to make you happy. And you'll be like, oh, okay. They know that this is something I voice in a way that this is a part of the way that I love myself and what makes me happy. And I know that every single time I can't have my way, but since I make compromises to make everyone else happy, this time, let's see who's willing to make me happy. And if you don't get that, I really don't know what to tell you. You have to come to that agreement. But for myself, if I'm making compromises for someone to actually honor what they like and to show my love towards them, and they don't return that, then we're not going to really be in association for too long. So that's one example. And another example, let's just say, let's see. Okay. I don't know if I want to do this one. Okay, this is a really good one. Let's just say you are always in association. It's always deal with association, interaction, when you come together um, with people, whether it's one-on-one or whether it's in a group. Whenever you interact and it's on a regular basis, let's just say that um, you're always in the presence of someone and you're talking to them. And anytime you leave, there's this feeling that just really makes you feel, you just really have negative energy. It really makes you feel down and low, or you feel that the person really makes you feel belittled or a little less than yourself. And you really don't feel that way when you're not around them, because the one key thing that is a plus to the people that you are associating with is when you leave from around them or when you're in their presence, is that they build you up. They really uplift your inner man. They really uplift your spirit, but if you leave someone and your spirit is crushed or you feel depressed, you have to notice that when you're around people, the negative energies, me myself, I don't care who they are, where they rank in societies for the statuses or the positions that they serve, or whether it's in the family, or whether it's your associates or your friend. If those persons are causing you a lot of inner turmoil when you leave their presence, and this is not right, and then you address it and you talk to them and like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what it is, but when I leave your presence or when I talk to you, you do blah, 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 and I feel this way. And you give them an opportunity to try and actually smooth things out, kind of sort things out and say, okay, well, I don't want you feeling like that. I'm glad you brought that to my attention because I never knew you were feeling that way. I never knew I was doing this. And I promise you in the future that, that's not going to be done. And it could be a part of their personality. But when you bring it up and y'all are talking and you're like, especially if you yourself are not a part of the problem. And you can be like, well, you're doing it again. And whenever you bring it, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that. And they really try to work on, because they want to keep that connection with you. But if you address it and they're like, they could care less, that's really going against your inner man, because from the beginning, in the first place, the uneasiness, the uncomfortableness that you feel, those negative vibes that you feel when you're there or when you leave, it's actually your inner self that's telling you, red flag, I'm not happy here, red flag, I want love deeper than this, vibrations that are higher than this, and you're not getting that from those people or that person. And it's up to you whether or not you are going to honor yourself. It's up to you whether you are going to love yourself and say, okay, since I have actually voiced my concern, as far as honoring myself, I've stood up for myself, and then their response was that I could care less about your feelings, or I can care less about how you feel. Oh, grow up or whatever, or that's just how I am. Really, because we all can be negative. We all can be condescending. We all could be ratchet. We all could be just vile people if we wanted to. But if you're a person who are really exhibiting high vibrations, positive vibration, you're sending out positivity, you're encouraging, you're motivating, and the only thing you're getting is something that's contrary to that, and your inner man is not satisfied with that, you really need to address that. So, and honor yourself and love yourself, because that is what your the essence of who you are is asking for. Love me. Do something about this. Stand up for me. You know. Um, but anyway, that's it. That is an excellent example, and I hope you really got the message in that. And I'm going to move on to another one, because I don't want to keep you all too long, because I know that I can talk quite a bit and get quite lengthy at times. So I'm going to move to the next one. And because it is Valentine's Day, right? Yes, Valentine's Day is coming up. We're in the spirit of Valentine's Day. This is a day of positive energy, and I know the true story behind Valentine's Day or Saint Valentine, but there is so much positive energy that can be tapped into at this time, to really manifest what you want. So use this as a time to pamper yourself, to love on yourself, to actually execute in it, to I should say execute, but to, yeah, execute self-love, to just love yourself, pamper yourself. You don't necessarily have to spend a lot of money if you don't have it, but do something that for yourself, something that you enjoy, something that you like, and I always like to get in to give examples, because I feel like true messengers have always been processed before they are sent out to deliver messages. You can't avoid the process, because that's where the power comes to help other people change their lives. That's why when you find messengers that come along, they tell a lot of personal stories, because they have been empowered to do so through their own process. So, anyways, last year I decided that I was going to treat myself. I'm like, this Valentine's Day, I'm going to treat myself. So, about 4 days before Valentine's Day, I went and bought a balloon arrangement, and I sat them on my dining room table. And I'm like, I'm just going to put these up as a representation or a symbol of how I love myself, how I appreciate myself. And this year I'm loving on myself. So I did that, and I took one single balloon and I put it in my room, in my bedroom. I did the same thing, did that last year. And then at the same token, I found out that there was, like I mentioned before, a restaurant that was doing an event for Valentine's Day. So I booked a table, and I did VIP, and this was at BB King's. It wasn't anything real fancy, but it was at BB King's. I booked a table in VIP, and it's quite strange. But I had asked, sorry about that. I have to clear my voice. But I asked someone to actually tag along with me, to go with me, because I thought that we have a nice time when we go out to eat or we're conversing. And I'm like, I booked, I was like, I'm gonna book me a VIP at BB King's. Would you like to come? They're doing a special event. And I told them the dish, because the dinner that was being served was loving. You get a full bottle of champagne and other little things with that, and then they have a live band. And oh wow, I love music. I didn't mention that in my last video, but I love music, and they have a live band. So I booked that. So come Valentine's Day, the early part of the day, I got dressed and went to BB King's, and I did VIP parking. Come to find out, it's only $10. When they park your car for you, you get your ticket, and you just walk and you take the short way, and you come back, hand them your ticket, and they bring you your car. You don't have to walk all these distance, you got to pay to park anyways, so I thought that was pretty reasonable. And I went to the event and had a nice time, and I'm sitting in the VIP section. I was the only person there. that was by themselves. But I wasn't the only person there in the entire facility that was there by themselves. So it kind of worked out. So it kind of worked out, to get together with other people and have fun. I had a really good time. And wow, I had a very nice time. And it was so fun. It really was fun. And I was kind of glad that I did that. And I'm like, I'm going to love on myself this year. I'm going to do something fun for myself. So to go back to what I was talking about, this person that I invited, and I told them how much it was. I'm not sure. I think it was like $75. I'm not sure. It may have been $75. And they wanted to go somewhere where it would only cost maybe about $10. And I'm thinking, like, no, the person's like, no, I'm not going to pay that kind of money. And me, myself, I'm like, I'm not going to change my plans because I am worth $75. I'm worth a lot more than that. So I'm like, I'm going to treat myself and go and pay this to go to this event and really enjoy myself for Valentine's Day. And I sat to that table, and it wasn't too awkward because and I enjoy my own company anyway. So I think, I know I'm kind of weird. I think I'm a real hoot. So I am. I'm quite funny, but I enjoy my own company. And I had a real good time at the restaurant. It was very nice. The band was nice, and I ended up having someone to come over and ask me if I wanted to dance. And did I dance? Yes, I danced. I had a nice time, and I enjoyed myself, and I treated myself a Valentine's Day. And you know what I did? I loved on myself. I didn't wait for anyone to come along and love on myself. And there are some people, this Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day in the past that have waited, for someone to actually enjoy a day with so much positive energy, to come along and love on them instead of loving themselves, instead of exercising self-love. So, this Valentine's Day, do something for you. What is something that you feel in your spirit, in your heart, that you want to do this year that will really just be very loving to yourself? What is it? It may just be doing some meditation maybe, or you may want to just do some type of thing, something to pamper yourself. You may want to buy yourself a new purse or shoes, or go and eat at some restaurant. And it may not have to be a place where they have a live band or some place that costs $75. It just may cost $10. It may be within what you can afford. But do something for yourself. And the reason why I brought up that example is because I know this person, there sometimes could have afforded that amount, but they decided that, that wasn't something that they really wanted to spend their money on, and that's their choice. But I decided, that year I was going to love on myself and I was going to have fun, and loving yourself is one of the greatest romance you can have, because once you spend time with the Creator, you spend time with your Maker. You spend time with your higher self, the universe, however you want to put it, because I believe that there's only one God and we're all talking about the same person. I'm not a religious person anymore. I'm over that. But however it is, you love yourself, love on yourself, it express that love that you want from other people. Express it to yourself, because you deserve it. You deserve that love. You deserve that love. So I want to say, I don't really want to prolong this video. I don't. I want to say to you all, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day. Happy Love Day. Tap into all of this loving energy that's coming up for Valentine's Day. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Loving yourself really governs all of your relationships. It governs all of your relationships. And even if you are in a relationship and you're not single, do something special for yourself. Do something loving for yourself. If your partner is not really doing things satisfactory to the point or the place that speaks your love language, speak your own love language. Do something for yourself. Do something nice for you. Love you. Exercise self-love. It's the best love. It really is. And because it's really you. And I always say that, I'm not going to get into it. But anyways, love yourself. This upcoming Valentine's Day, do something really good for yourself. And like always, peace and blessings, love and light. And I'm always sending vibrations of everything that is wonderful and nice. Love yourself.